The Canadian legal system is founded on the basis of the rule of law and recognition of God as demonstrated by the principles outlined in the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedom. During Pierre Trudeau's second term as a Prime Minister, after years of promoting the entrenchment of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, the Charter was signed into the law by the Queen on April 17, 1982. However, the establishment of the Charter was not easy. The provinces were worried that issues would arise with the signing of the Charter. Although the 9 provinces finally reached agreement on the terms of patriation and entrenchment on November 5, 1981, one of the terms that compromised for the reduction of the provincial government's power was the Notwithstanding Clause. The Notwithstanding Clause serves to override the fundamental freedom as established in the Charter when necessary. It allows the government to make sure that the power of the Charter cannot be abused. Over the years, governments have been reluctant to invoke the Notwithstanding Clause, with a few exceptions, such as Quebec's use of it in 1988 to override the law that declared French only science. However, instead of protecting the citizens' rights and benefiting the society as a whole, quite often, as already demonstrated in the past, the Notwithstanding Clause has been invoked to protect a specific political group or to serve to promote a specific legislature's interests. In 1996, when the Alberta Premier Rolf Klein tried to introduce a bill that would limit compensation to $150,000 per claim and protect government from legal challenges under the Charter directly after a number of victims to a previous law that permitted sterilization of man and woman deemed mentally disabled without their consent. Years, there have been more instances of the Notwithstanding Clause being used, with the most recent case being Premier Doug Ford's attempt of using the clause to override a judge's striking down of a contentious Bill 5 that would have cut the Toronto City Council nearly in half, leading to sections of the public becoming severely underrepresented. The recently elected party in Quebec, the coalition Avenir Quebec, has also proposed to use the Notwithstanding Clause to outright override one of the 4 fundamental freedoms, the freedom of religion, in an attempt of banning all religious symbols in public, including items of clothing that are essential to certain religions. Rights and freedoms, as outlined in the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, have been thoroughly sought out and carefully designed by our ancestors. These rights and freedoms, especially the 4 fundamental freedoms, are critical not only to our identities as Canadians, but daily lives as citizens in a democratic country. This is why the Notwithstanding Clause is such a dangerous and unstable factor, especially in our contemporary society, where some political groups and persons such as Doug Ford and the coalition Avenir Quebec have shown strong tendencies of leaning towards the right spectrum political view. I propose that the Notwithstanding Clause should be completely abolished from our Charter of Rights and Freedoms so that all Canadian citizens' rights and freedoms cannot be trampled under any circumstances.